Yeah, we go to Erangel now. Obviously a comfort pick for a lot of these teams. I believe on during the playoffs, it was Unicorn Cyber on top of Erangel, if I'm not mistaken. Are we already in game? I didn't even realize we were this close. We were doing the flyby and all of a sudden we're straight into a hot drop.
Yeah, we don't even care about the playing path. We get into the opening game here of the finals portion. APAC qualifiers underway. And we go straight over to Yaz Naya, and it's FTF from the future. Now up against Enter Force 36 from Japan, as this is going to be a Circle 1. That's over towards the eastern side of Erangel. Right smack bang in the middle is Armory Gaming. We obviously gave them some decent little airtime to begin coming in from the playoffs. Certainly a team.
Opens up first kill onto Kyan. 𝐿36 struggling in this hot drop already. Just not aware of Simoy's position. Probably should have been. Could have got info from the priors over there where Sylphia is. Don't give yourself up like that. That would be an absolute disaster to lose your head trying to throw a nade towards Simoy. If Khan gets back to that fence, maybe there's a chance he gets rezzed, but the rest of FTF are here now, or at least they've been bolstered. So I don't think Khan's going to get rezzed. He's absolutely not. 𝐿36 now scrambling to try and recover this. But yeah, the playoffs early games were...
And also, not to be disrespectful, but there's always layers and levels when it comes to the way that teams are going to view other teams. Enter Force coming from typically a weaker region in Japan. If they're going to be close by and they're a team that is obviously right on top of you, I actually think go for it. What a shot, though. From 𝐏𝐿, knockdown onto Happy, long range with Drakenov, and then FTF are probably going to have to think about, okay, well, how aggressive can we really get? They've made up ground ever so slightly. Obviously, awkward on the roof is, well, actually awkward for Enter Force. Now, trying to cross this little ravine is going to be difficult because of his position. You can see Pure Boy already getting shot at, despite in a somewhat safe position because of that roof advantage that Walkerin has. Simoy as well in the building. The better position right now in the field is with FTF. Up close though, 𝐿𝐾 maybe against Trick, but Trick is able to just kind of hold the fence line here.
Oh, skittering through those lines of sights to make it to that barn, but now they're all kind of just grouped up inside that one long building. FTF have a massive opportunity here to, I mean, doesn't necessarily do they have to kill them, they can just lock them in there. They have full information that all three of them are inside that building, and Simoy's on that northern side as well. He can make sure they don't leave out that way, and you've got Walkerin down there, down the bottom, who can make sure they don't leave out the western side. So 𝐿36 are totally trapped in this long barn here. FTF will have a field day if they give themselves up. I don't think FTF want to waste too much utility here either. I think they threw a couple grenades into the bottom floor windows, but they were mostly Hail Marys that they hoped would get something rather than they knew would get something. The real, I suppose, trick for FTF is waiting until majority of 𝐿36's numbers are upstairs, getting that kind of guaranteed information. Then you can start throwing your Molotovs and your grenades upstairs, because obviously it's a lot easier to hit those nades upstairs than it is to hit them downstairs. I would really doubt that we'd see FTF push through the bottom floor here. I think that would be too risky, knowing you have them fully locked in here. I think it would honestly just be better to, I guess, just sit around, wait for Blue to come in, wait for 𝐿36 to make a mistake. FTF's in control, but they are pushing.
Oh, 𝐿𝐾 gets the opening kill, though, onto Orca, and that's a big start to the fight. For Enter Force being a player down as this kicks off. Happy though with a good trade on Sylphia. Second one to follow down as 𝐿𝐾 finds a second. Eventually though, losing his life to Trick, and eventually even more so, Enter Force cannot get past from the future as they collect all 4 of the kills. Starting off with that initial kill, then following down.
Or something, just to qualify to this qualifier. So that's a lot of practice, that's a lot of time being spent playing PUBG, and I'm sure it all pans out in the playoffs. Will it pan out for UNK? Yes, he avoids that nade. Does he avoid the 2x mini though? Not going to put too much stock in Tanvu hitting the shots, although the Expendables, very reliable. Some games, hot and cold actually, probably is the way I describe the Expendables. It's a 2x shake, I don't think he's going to hit it.
No. I mean, it depends. Sometimes the 2x is good enough. We've seen that be a factor
Sometimes it hits.
Important moments when it comes to the PUBG history. 777 gone so for the Expendables. Only a 3-man at the moment over towards Lipovka. Eastern side circle means this is a good position for now. Good loot as well. A little bit of a late push from Yaznai for FTF, and up to 6 kills now. So you can be as late as you want. And the best thing about it is they've got 4 players still alive. As for Valee Thai, it's still more pressure coming in from Zizzy. A little click there on the Mark 12. He'll have to reload. 4x is better than the 2x. I would say 2x is better. Of this circle is quite open.
Panic are in a situation that's kind of difficult to manage. Nice shots from the entirety of Magnetic onto inside. Not a good start for Team Bliss, but as we look at Panic, as these circles get smaller and smaller, I don't really think they have a choice but to stay 2-2. that's the funny thing is I think if they give up the high ground, obviously they can play from that compound, but that's not reliable in and of itself. You can then push up the hill later on. That's the saving grace for reap those rewards, like FTF might be doing right now on that emergency parachute, or you're just AFK for, you know, the next 10, 15 minutes while everyone else kind of sorts themselves out around you, and then you finally get to play the game when it comes endgame. FTF will join Valee Thai inside prison, though. All four alive. Do they all get down the stairs, though? No chance. Riz is there. The demon from Armory Gaming opens up onto Happy, but I think the rest of the members got inside and they will be able to res Happy. Smokes will go up on that roof. Nades coming in from 𝐾𝐿. The angle's got to be perfect if he wants to get it down.
Same that it applies for Valee Thai Esports, if not maybe even potentially worse, considering Valee Thai is actually holding the warehouses. FTF, we'll see what they do from here, because guess what? Phase 4, circle shift, has gone south towards Lumberyard. So therefore now Prison, it's still in, but it's not a good position to be in for the foreseeable future. If you're on the edges, it's fine. Previously with the mortar gets apparently a knockdown onto 𝐿𝐼𝐧𝐚𝐷 of 𝐅𝐸NA. That's happening very far up to the very northern side, not even remotely close to this P4 circle. The Thunder is throwing in some frag grenades. 2 more in the back pocket now as it continues to bombard this smoke area. eArena, they just look like they are under threat. As Xiec goes down to a Panzerfaust. So you're losing to mortars, frags, and Panzerfausts, explosions happening all around you. Zizzy, though, with his own frag, gets the knock on to Thunders, and so eArena are starting to fight back a little bit.
That's Magnetic playing some very efficient PUBG. We don't need our weapons to kill them. We'll use our mortars and our nades. That's all we really need, that Panzerfaust. It's a very cheesy weapon, but it gets the job done in situations like this. eArena struggling now as 2, very separated as well. It's going to be 1v2s on either part of these people. Zizzy trying to manage his way around the smoke as well. If he gets this tree in that truck, maybe he can actually get something done here. Jacob's fought back as well. These 1v2s are now just 1v1s. eArena look to potentially clean up. Magnetic here, Flucky completely caught off guard as well. The P90 won't even be able to shoot a bullet. Very deadly in these scenarios. Zizzy avoids disaster though, and Jacob remains a little bit hidden, not without being pressured by Panic.
No, but it's a big reason why these two teams topped the Thailand series. Zizzy, the move of the US gave 𝐾𝐿 a chance. The nade as well, then another one to follow up. That's his final one. Jacob in now a 1 versus 1 against 𝐾𝐿 deep in the blue and already under half health. 𝐾𝐿's got the prime position, hiding behind the US to get that first aid kit off, and Suspect, the third party that Jacob could not account for, ends his life and sends eArena packing 3 points from this opening game. But now 𝐾𝐿 will meet a pretty similar further as Roy Esports now on the move, and they actually send it in towards Panic.
Panic ready for it though, as you will be when you're holding this kind of position. They need to probably regroup that 2-2 now that Lightwork's been knocked though. Roy will park up. Need to get these heals off first. Nades are coming in. Little bit too shy of the mark, though. Suspect with the blue zone grenade now trying to deny space. Smoke is up as well. He can go for that res. Taken down 𝐾𝐿, by the way, with that bolt shot. Nice shot from Bang, but they need a little bit more. Simon T needs to get res before they do anything here. Panic have been given so
like this. Pivy and Dusky combining against Roy, who were pushing up to Panic earlier, but it's a push that you have to go up this kill to take the fight to Panic. And Panic are very much happy to take said fight from this higher.
Wait for Roy to push us. We're just going to get shot in the back. 𝐸 is that team that Panic will be so worried about, so they make the push themselves. They get it done very cleanly too. There is still one member of Roy up, and yeah, Pivy's just dealing damage to 𝐸. 𝐸 might not actually be a problem. I take that back. Delwyn's opened up. Suspect down. He might get flushed too. He's completely in the open. He can get shot at as well. Stolen away by Lion King if someone was to go up towards that way. Delwyn hits a nice little burst as well. Oh no, X-Men getting involved now as well. Off in the distance. This has gone so sideways for Panic. From heads up play to absolute disaster. Pivy the last one up.
Yeah, and it's a trio for X-Men. As you mentioned, third party coming in. The timing of it couldn't be perfect for them as they're able to capitalize. Panic from that great position, great start. 23 alive at the 21.5-minute mark. It's been a fun circle. Boot Chills is going to find a kill. It's a 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah.
Wait, maybe false confidence though, because it was just a solo. Or Pivy's got 2. Somehow in the kill feed, Pivy's got 2. X-Men tried to make that push. Pivy's got all 3.
Oh my god,
X-Men
just got a 3K
by the P90.
Wow. And pretty important circle pop here too. Phase 6, look at that, away from prison. So now being inside a prison feels like a curse. It's this kind of flip-flop from P4 to now P6. It's like, is it going prison? Is it not going prison? And away it goes now. High ground position for Armory Gaming. Just hanging to that western side of Pride Rock. They could look down. They haven't really got much of a threat behind them. So they're very, very far south is Daytrade, now arguably in one of the best positions, and Bivy as a solo in still a really good position to potentially pick up kills on those looking to exit prison, which is what Valee Thai Esports is now looking to do. Two have already now made it out, but they have to go into the blue to make their way out of here. They've done so. The other two still in the warehouse, and Bivy has a good opportunity with P90.
So free.
Double knockdown. Can he make it in? No, he can't. But he should get those kills. I don't see a world in which they're going to be able to survive. Bivy does go down. 4 teams now remain for Valee Thai. They still get top 4, but now about to get wiped out. 4th place it will be. Now down to the final 3. How can FTF get out of here to even have some kind of contest? Otherwise, it should come down to Daytrade and Armory Gaming.
Yeah, I don't think FTF are going to be able to get out of here. It doesn't look like they have an emergency parachute, and to use one in a circle like this, you're probably just going to lose all 4 members as soon as you hit that sky. Armory Gaming, the worry for them now is, yeah, they're going to be able to shoot FTF from above and basically corral them into lines of sight that they want to, but they have to focus on them. They can't let their guard down to get those 2 kills. But maybe he didn't really have a choice. Maybe it was necessary.
I mean, yeah, hard to be critical in that situation after having just gotten a pretty significant 3-kill against X-Men prior to that, and already a decent game as the full squad also prior to that. FTF trying to make their climb up on the backside of prison, but yeah, looking very much down as Armory Gaming. No push from Daytrade, which is basically the only win condition for FTF is Daytrade pushing onto Armory Gaming, taking their attention away. You can kind of see, though, the slope and disadvantage that AG are at right now. If they do hold this position for the longevity until the end, I can't see any other world but Daytrade getting the win from the higher ground slope that they find themselves on. Armory Gaming, as they kind of push away from prison, will be pushing uphill with little trees as cover, at least close by. James getting a knock onto Orkran, though, not really too surprised. Trick already knocked down into the blue behind them. And so for FTF, it looks like it will be 3rd place.
I feel like this is risky from James. Someone was to pick up here, maybe he gets knocked. This is a Daytrade right now that I feel like doesn't have full info on Armory Gaming. We can obviously see that all 4 members are scrunched up right here on the edge of the rocks, but I feel like Daytrade doesn't have that same info. If they did, I think they'd be a little bit more proactive in moving deeper into the circle, getting a lot wider angles, maybe pulling off some sort of 2-2. That's knowledge now that there's at least 2 members of Armory down there. I think they know that Riz is off to that to the left side as well. James should be a matter of time before he's spotted, and then Daytrade can start making moves. Either that, or this is a Daytrade entirely confident in their ability to play this passively and still get the win. Obviously, pushing towards Armory Gaming is risky in and of itself, but I feel like there's probably decent angles Daytrade could get that they're not currently taking advantage of. Either way, they remain with the advantage and still in a far better position than Armory.
Obviously, for those unfamiliar, Daytrade being a GPT team do not really need these results, but good form, always super handy, taking into the global tournaments for PGS 3 and 4. For Armory Gaming, though, far more at stake here. Obviously get themselves out to an early lead, 6 kills, and pretty much guaranteed at least 2nd place, barring some kind of strange finish. Samoy holding on as the solo for FTF. Good shot, Palmoth getting some tags onto James. Half health for him already. Crate in play. Further afield can very much provide a bit of cover, and a vehicle for Dynasty at the back. So James sitting at the crate. Samoy very much losing his life to the blue. You can see very much his player tag off into the background, and we are down to a 4-on-4 to begin the APAC qualifiers here in the finals. James now making a run for it after healing up behind the crate, and you can see the open terrain as he has to push up this kind of sloping hill towards Daytrade. But as he does do so, it gets closer and closer, and the surprise factor now becomes a threat. For Daytrade, they might not be aware that James pushed this close and has already infiltrated a pretty good position. Knock onto Balmoth, and he does know that he was able to get a good tag onto the other, confirms the flush, the kill. Good in doing so because he was in a pretty volatile position, knowing full well that that knock, pretty much that was going to be coming, would mean his death. So he at least takes one out. 3-on-3, but the heals will come through. Reset for Durance back up to 75% health. Riz also needs to heal, and Shank's now pushing left side of field.
This is what I was worried about for Daytrade, giving up a lot of space to Armory. They kind of knew that eventually they'd push over to this eastern side, but Daytrade remained south, remained on that high ground, and let Armory claim all the space in between them and the other side of zone. This could be Daytrade falling short in an endgame that looked almost secure for them. Obviously, Armory, we know them to put up a fantastic fight individually. All members, obviously Riz Dynasty, the highlights. And maybe this is the start of their crusade to putting that dynamic duo of Riz and Dynasty on an international stage.
Oh,
sure that would be. Or on the left, he gets him. Luckily, down to 1 HP though, he's got to fall back. He has to get this heal off. Shanks is there with the trade though.
Oh, good spray from Poochills. Flash needs to get the heal off. for Daytrade, and he has been able to do so. Another one spotted right in front of you, but can't hit the shot.
1v1.
Flash, though, certainly will. The trade comes through. Daytrade eventually overwhelming Armory Gaming. They had the high ground position.